Hi guys, thank you for tuning in to Life's Good. And today we are going to be putting this BMW back together. It had a snap downpipe, which I took to Escambia County Welding and Fab, and they ended up welding this back on here for me, and they looked over all the other welds and told me they all were good and safe and actually penetrated. But this one was not, as you can see in a previous video, and they did a great job welding it up, as you can see. So we're gonna slam that mug back in here. We just gotta crawl under there, put it in right down there. As you can see the two exhausts right there. The turbo is actually right here. Those O2 sensors have to come in here and get plugged in up right here. I got them color coded, which one goes to which. And then we just gotta, tighten everything down, put this weather strip shield thing back in, all of this nonsense, and she'll be back on the road. Pro tip for you guys: get a string or something like that, or in my case I just ripped a vine out of the ground, and when you're down there, wrap all of your O2 sensor lines around it, so you don't have to really fight with them. You can really just pull on it like this and get it back up in there. Just a pro tip. Boys, I'm dirty. My shoulders are on fire. You can see down there, the cap is catless downpipe's almost up, and I got this thing detached and out of the way. But I got the V-band on the turbo because it's too hard to try to get it onto that thing, and I can only use one arm to hold it up and one arm to do this. So I tried filming, it's just too retarded, so I'm sorry guys. But anyways, I'm getting it done. It's just a bitch. It's been raining all day. This shit is cold and wet. But man, she deserves to be fixed. Guys, don't try to do this job if you don't have plenty of extensions and wobble boys. And I'm gonna show you why. So, let's crawl under here real quick. If you see right there, that's the V-band. Now, this is your control arm. And this is another pro tip. They usually have the V-band flipped around, so the bolt faces out and you can access it through right here, which is a complete bitch. So what I did is I flipped it around so the bolt would face downward towards me, and I could access it from this nice little space that's all right here in front of your water pump and everything behind your steering rack. Just makes it a lot more easier because you can fish that wobble socket up through here and then reach your hand back on there and get your socket on, and then your ratchet's just right here in your teeth for you to make sure you're nice and ooka-dooka it down. Just another little pro tip to make your guys' life easy. Sometimes it's really hard to get in here and tighten these bolts down, and you got to fight with them and everything. So the more tips that I can give you guys before you go ahead and do this, the better your life will be. And as you can see, I'm a working man, so these motherfuckers are on jack stands. We got one big ass jack holding up the diff because there ain't no OSHA around here. But we got that guy on. It's officially on. I am gonna go ahead and bolt this shit up. Maybe put the brace on. Probably not. It's not gonna go on. But for good video content, I say I might. Guys, color code those so you don't forget. Also, make sure you put all your tools back where they go so you don't lose them. Keep them in a neat pile so you're not going to be kicking them around, losing bolts or anything like that. Make sure you're organized when you're working on a project. One more tip before I start buttoning it up. There's a bunch of hoses and lines that go over here, and it's a little tight to get that bottom cover in there on. And there's a little bracket over here, if you can see. Just take them all off of that bracket and they'll give you a lot of play in those lines. so you don't really be tugging on these wires and whatnot, so you don't have no electrical gremlins. Plus, make sure you tuck in that one, plug that guy in, make sure your little black billet bracket's all good, everything's tightened down so you ain't got no boost leaks. While you're in here, go and check all of your charge pipes, inlets, everything. Sure your little screws done. Make sure that guy back there is all nice and snug. You know, because we'll be buttoning this up and we're going to be doing some rippage. Look at that nice billet Mickey Mouse fitting in there. And not a bolt left behind. Maybe some change and a cigarette butt, but no bolts. Cold start to finish it off. I'm sufficiently tired and dirty. I've been dealing with this for fucking hours now. But she's running. Came down to idle. Hell yeah. Ignore that tire pressure monitor. I need to get that sorted out. That's from me changing the rims. But let's pull her off of these wraps. Trying not to touch much in here. Alrighty, well, as you can see, she's all done, running good. A solid repair, if I say. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Life's Good, and I'll see you next time.